Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
I was clean shaven and stuff. I was red. So the first time she looked at me, she's like, "You look like a tomato." Me was a big thing. I thought that Abhidyol knows my name, so I've done something right in my life. She's up to some mischief or the other. So I think that's the reason why that charm for the character probably comes because of that. By 3 a.m., people had already watched the film twice. The trend of the market is definitely towards the OTT platform. I mean, it's a very healthy relationship we have. After one point of time, we did kind of become like our characters.
Hello guys, this is Kajal Gupta from India Forums, and today we have with us the very good and charming head boy from the Netflix movie What Are the Odds? So yes, Karanveer, welcome to India Forums, and congratulations on What Are the Odds. So we'll talk about it further, but to start with, you tell me that you're playing this very charming sort of head boy in this movie. So how much of that is you in real life as well?
Uh, well, I think most of my charm in the film is also because, it's a very contrasting character as compared to Vivek's character. So I think that charm per se also probably comes because it's so different from the other character that I'm with. Because she's all she's very clunky, and she's always she's up to some mischief or the other. So I think that's the reason why that charm for the character probably comes because of that. But yeah, I would like to believe that I'm quite charming in my real life also. So
Yeah.
I won't take that away from me.
Yeah. So, speaking of What Are the Odds is something very different from the mainstream intense suspense thrillers, and it released during the lockdown. So, do you think the movie served its purpose of cheering people up amid the pandemic situation?
I mean, I hope so. The kind of messages that I'm getting, and especially, there's an age range, the teenage range between, I think, say 13 to 22. That, I mean, all the 20s are not teen, but, a lot of the teens and the early 20s are really finding the movie to be cute, and, they're finding an escapism while watching it. And they're creating some incredible artwork to, display their affection for the film. So I think in a way, yes, the film has served and is still serving the purpose of being released in a lockdown. And like you said, it's not a mainstream film. It's like it doesn't have Abhidyol is obviously one of the producers on it, along with Film Caravan, who made Delhi Crime. But also, it's not a big studio film, or it's not a very big production house backing it. So I think that's why the audiences, whoever is watching it, it's catering to a specific audience, and I think whoever is watching it is liking it. So yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. So, Karanveer, you have done shows before. You made your debut with a digital show, and you did Kabir Khan's Forgotten Army. So, recently, like in the recent past, I think the Indian audience was very obsessed with Western content on OTT, like on Netflix. Say, people are obsessed with Money Heist, something like
Yeah.
that. But do you think in the recent times the audience has started becoming more receptive towards Indian content on OTT as well?
Definitely, I think people were receptive to Indian content from the get go. Like I think Sacred Games was a big hit. That was the first show that came on Netflix, and I think since then people have just been hooked to Netflix, and now Amazon is coming up with shows like Patal Lok, and not just that. Even the other shows, like they have these Comic Stan and all these light shows also, and reality kind of shows that they have. I think they are quite popular, and I think the reason why people uh, connect to a a Money Heist, for example, or international shows is also because there's a lot of variety on these platforms.
Right.
You all, like when you switch on Netflix, you see that a particular show is trending, and it's widely popular. So I think it's out of that curiosity also that people start watching, and then they start liking it. But in terms of Indian content, I think it's definitely up there on the top in people's minds. And I think, like, for example, with What Are the Odds, I remember that the film released at 12 a.m. on the 20th.
Yeah.
And I remember at by 3 a.m., people had already watched the film twice. I
Yeah.
mean, so so then yeah, I think people are receptive, and I think it's just growing. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's definitely growing because, and majorly because of this lockdown period, certain big banner films are moving straight for a digital release now.
Right.
So I think in the near future, movies and filmmakers might just, consider releasing their movies on OTT. So does that open up new opportunities for you as a performer?
It definitely does, but I think the major conundrum that I am in as a performer is when the shoots will begin. That's something that nobody has an answer to right now. Everyone is speculating. The amount of people I've spoken with, whether it's big producers or directors, everyone is just waiting and, just waiting for some sort of clarity. I have heard things that, people are going to start shooting in green zones and, there'll be smaller crews. But nothing of that really has changed my situation as of now, in terms of even speaking with people as to when they are planning on starting shoots. So it's very uncertain at the moment, but I'm sure like once these things kick in, once the shoots start happening, I think definitely the trend of the market is definitely towards the OTT platforms because it's just easier, it's safer, and even for an audience to go to a theater right now is not really a plausible thing to do. So yes, definitely, I think in the next year and a half, easily is going to be the OTT boom, which is already happening. So I'm great that I'm a part of that tide, to be honest.
Right, right. So, yeah, we saw your chemistry and we loved your chemistry with Vivek in the movie.
Yeah.
But what was it like off screen? How did you guys hit it off?
Uh, so I remember the first time I met Yashaswini. I'm new to Bombay. I'm not from Bombay, so I'm from Delhi originally. But my family and I, we moved to Melbourne, Australia.
Hmm.
So I came to Mumbai to shoot this film. A lot of people don't know this, but this was the first thing that I started shooting for before selection day and Forgotten Army. So I was like very proper and very prepared. Like I thought because I'd watched Yashaswini India's Zindagi and Phobia, so I was like, okay, but the first time she saw me, I remember it was really hot. It was around August, September, and I was, because like I was clean shaven and stuff. I was red. So the first time she looked at me, she's like, "You look like a tomato." So that was my introduction with her. That's how the ice was broken, and like that just defines our relationship. We just have a lot of fun. We I mean, it's a very healthy relationship we have. After one point of time, we did kind of become like our characters because for 20, 25 days consecutively, we were shooting, we were in the same hotel, we used to spend all our times together. So yeah, I mean, and now we reconnect. Like in between, there was a period when we weren't really because she was working on other things, I was working on other things. So there was a little bit of a disconnect. But I think now we back at it, and I think we just hit it off as soon as we start speaking with each other.
Right. I think that's lovely. And we cannot forget that Abhay Deol is in the movie as well. And we all have been fans of this brilliant actor. So, how did you react when, you were there shooting with him?
The first time I met Abhay was at Sunny Super Sounds. So that was the first time we had gone to meet him. He wanted to meet us. Just there wasn't a reading as such. It was more like an introduction. And the thing with Abhay is that he's firstly very different. He doesn't believe in hierarchies, or he doesn't believe in senior, junior, or all those kind of things that a lot of people actually believe in. A lot of people have this thing where they'll be in their own shell, and they won't really talk to you much unless you're acting with them. But Abhay was just so easy to work with. He was cracking jokes. He was
Yeah.
calling us by our names, which for me was a big thing. I thought that Abhay Deol knows my name, so I've done something right in my life. And like you said, I've been a big fan of his work. I think he's so brave in the choices that he makes, the opinions that he has. So you just learn so much working with an actor and a person like him who's so well aware and well read and well versed with everything.
Right, right, right. Currently, like you said, you were from Australia, Melbourne, and you have learned theater internationally. So, how does that help you in this process?
Tremendously. I mean, theater is something that I always have been doing, whether it's school, college, and then I started doing it professionally. I started doing independent theater, and so it gives you a lot of. It's like going to school, right? For example, you want to, you go for your coaching classes or whatever to crack an exam. It's preparation. It gives you that first-hand experience of performing in front of an audience and seeing whether they're receptive to your performance or not. And other than that, it also gives me a certain perspective to the kind of stories that I want to be a part of. Because, when you're doing a Shakespearean play or an Ibsen or, when you have play readings also, you get a perspective as to literature that kind of attracts you, the literature that kind of resonates to who you are. So, it just makes things easier for me in terms of being perceptive. So, for example, if there's a scene, for example, there's a script that's been shared with me or a scene that I have to audition for, the way it's written, the syntax, the language, then you get an idea as to if this thing is really exciting me or not.
Right.
And luckily, the three projects that I've done so far, all of them resonated with me and my perspective and my opinions in a great way. Whether it's Forgotten Army, Selection Day, What Are the Odds? They were written so well, and the people who were creating it had like similar beliefs, similar ambitions as to why they want to make it. So yeah, I mean, theater and practice gives you a lot of perspective, which is definitely helping me now, because then I get to know what I don't want to do.
Right, right. So, like you said, it's helped you tremendously. And so now that you've done three projects different from each other, because Selection Day was a different genre and What Are
Yeah.
the Odds is a different genre. So, what do you look forward to next? What kind of scripts, what kind of stories do you look forward to?
Uh, well, firstly, I'm hoping that things start moving on, and like given the scenario, they do move on. I would love to do something which is a little more mainstream. Like, I mean, Forgotten Army was mainstream, but I don't know how theatricals are going to, shooting for theatrical films is going to start. But I'm looking to do something, a little. Yeah, I feel like doing something mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the story and everything that I'm gonna get next, it depends. I have read a few scripts and I have auditioned for a few things,
Right.
but like everything is on a standstill right now. But yeah, like I want to be a part of something more mainstream.
Yeah. So, just last question, right from your characters like Amar to Ashwin, everything has resonated with the audience very well. And, they want to see you on screen more. So, are there more projects under wraps? Anything that you like to share?
So there were a couple of projects that I was almost finalized for before the lockdown, but since the lockdown has started, a lot of things have changed because even in the way those projects were planning on being shot, like the script and the story and the locations, a lot of those things are not accessible anymore.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them were in Mumbai, there were open shoots, and now monsoon is hitting us. So everything has changed. So as of now, I haven't signed anything, and I think now let's see when I get something that is sure that I'm surely doing and is surely going on floors. So yeah, at this point of time, I haven't signed anything, but I hope things start rolling soon.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we look forward to seeing you more. And I think that was lovely, lovely talking to you. Thank you for joining us. And yeah,
Hey guys, check out our revamped website at www.indiaforums.com to get your daily dose of entertainment.
Hi, I'm Karanveer, and you're watching me on India Forums.